The sharp echo of Rear Admiral Marcus Keaton's laughter rang through the central corridor of Naval Expeditionary Base Coronado Point, slicing through the steady hum of boots and voices. "Hey, sweetheart," he called loudly. "What's your call sign, mop girl?" Laughter burst from the cluster of senior officers around him. Captain Lyle Mercer smirked. Commander Dana Holt crossed her arms with a tight grin. Chief Petty Officer Alvarez chuckled openly. Nearly 50 personnel, SEAL candidates, instructors, logistics staff, turned to watch. The woman they were mocking didn't look up. She was small, barely 5'4", dressed in loose maintenance coveralls. Her dark hair was tied back in a simple ponytail. She pushed her mop with slow, even strokes, as if the laughter didn't exist. But Gunnery Sergeant Liam Cross, standing near the supply counter, felt something tighten in his chest. He'd seen that posture before, the way she held the mop balanced ready. The way her weight shifted subtly from heel to toe. That wasn't how custodians stood, that was how operators stood. "Come on," Keaton pressed. "Everyone here's got a call sign. What's yours? Floor Queen?" "Suds." More laughter. The woman paused, slowly straightened. For half a second, something flickered across her face. Not anger, not embarrassment, assessment. Then she lowered her gaze and resumed mopping. But Cross noticed her eyes. Every 3 seconds they swept the hallway, high corners, exits, blind spots, hands near waistbands, textbook tactical scanning. She wasn't watching dirt. She was tracking threats. Lieutenant Nolan Price stepped closer, curiosity replacing mockery. "If you're cleaning our facility," he said, pointing through the armory glass, "maybe you can tell us what those rifles are called." She looked up. M4 Aeon with ACOG optic, M27 IAR, HK 416 with holographic sight. Silence flickered across a few faces. Those weren't guesses. Those were precise designations. Alvarez scoffed and deliberately kicked over her mop bucket. Gray water spilled across polished concrete. A metal clipboard slid toward the puddle. Her hand flashed out. She caught it midair, clean, effortless, precise. Cross checked his watch without meaning to. Reflexes like that didn't belong to janitors. Keaton's grin wavered. "Lucky catch," he said. Then he noticed her badge, level 5 clearance, full base access. "How does maintenance get that?" he demanded. "Background cleared," she replied calmly. 6 months ago." The room buzzed with suspicion. Keaton decided to escalate. "Fine. If you know so much, let's see it." Within minutes, they were marching toward the training range. Word spread fast. By the time they entered the observation gallery, dozens had gathered to watch the maintenance lady fail. Range Master Chief Kowalski hesitated but obeyed orders. "Standard operator assessment," Keaton said. "Pick a weapon." She walked past the carbines and pistols, straight to the secured locker. When she lifted out a Barrett Mohn 100 and 750 caliber rifle, several instructors laughed outright. "That thing weighs almost as much as you." She carried it like it weighed nothing. "Distance?" she asked. 800 meters. She lay prone, adjusted for wind, one shot, dead center. Kowalski checked through the spotting scope. "Impact confirmed, bulls." "Try 1200, Keaton snapped. 3 shots, 3 perfect hits. The gallery went quiet. "Pistol transition drill," someone muttered, desperate to regain ground. She cleared 3 targets in under a second and a half. Perfect center mass, headshot pattern. Then came close quarters battle. In the mock urban kill house, she moved with fluid efficiency that didn't match standard Navy or Army doctrine. She cleared 12 hostile targets and avoided all civilians in record time. Instructor Davis replayed the footage. "That's not standard SEAL movement," he whispered. "Then what is it? I've only seen technique like that in one place." Before he could finish, the base PA system crackled. "Medical emergency. Training wing." They rushed to find a young sailor on the ground, clutching his chest. "Tension pneumothorax," someone shouted. She knelt calmly. 14-gauge needle," she told the medical officer. Then she paused, examined him more closely. "Stand up," she ordered. He blinked. "Now." He stood, breathing fine. Her gaze lifted slowly to Chief Alvarez. "You staged this." His face drained of color. "You wanted me to perform an invasive procedure on a healthy man so you could charge me with assault." Silence fell like a curtain. Before anyone could respond, the door burst open. Chief Warrant Officer Hen rushed in, tablet in hand. "Sir, you asked for a deep background check. I found something. It's classified. Ominous 6 clearance minimum." Colonel Patrick Ellison stepped forward. "I have it." He scanned the screen, his face changed, shock, disbelief, then reverence. He turned the tablet toward them, at the top in bold red. "Top secret/SCI Captain Maya Rao, USMC Marine Force Reconnaissance Special Operations Detachment below that. 73 successful missions. Silver Star X2, Bronze Star X4, Purple Heart X3. Presumed KIA Kandahar Province, 2018. She's dead, Lieutenant Price whispered. Presumed, Maya corrected quietly, means they didn't find a body. Ellison swallowed. I served with your father in Fallujah, he said softly. Master Gunnery Sergeant Arjun Rao. The room shifted. Maya didn't speak. Ellison kept reading. Voluntary retirement, compassionate discharge. Primary caregiver to father suffering advanced traumatic brain injury. Civilian contractor, Coronado Point. Understanding spread. She wasn't hiding. She was staying close to the Naval Medical Center 12 minutes away. Keaton's arrogance collapsed. The next morning, the entire base assembled on the parade field. Admiral Keaton stood at the podium. Yesterday, he began, voice tight, I publicly mocked a civilian employee based on her appearance and job title. I failed to ask who she was before judging her. That employee is Captain Maya Rao, United States Marine Corps, retired. 800 Boots stood silent. She took a maintenance job here to care for her dying father, a Marine who served 25 years. I owe her an apology. He turned to her. Captain Rao, I am sorry. Commander Holt followed, her voice shaking. I fought to earn respect as a woman in uniform. Yesterday, I denied it to another. General Daniel Hawthorne stepped forward next. This base will learn from this. Rank does not define worth. Service does not disappear when uniforms do. He turned to Maya. Captain Rao has agreed to serve as an advanced tactics instructor. Applause erupted. Weeks later, she stood before 20 elite candidates. Forget the rumors, she told them. Combat isn't glory, it's chaos. You survive because you think clearly, use every skill you've learned, and have a reason to come home. One student asked about her 47 days behind enemy lines. I survived because I didn't panic, she said, because I used knowledge others dismissed as trivial, and because I had someone waiting for me. Her father's condition worsened. On good days, he remembered everything. On bad days, he thought she was her mother. She stayed. She taught. Then came the call, 3 operators missing overseas. Only one person knew the infiltration route required to reach them. Her. This time she didn't run from the responsibility, but she set terms. 1 mission. Then done. She assembled a small team, climbed a cliff face under darkness, cleared a monastery carved into stone, extracted a wounded officer and critical intelligence under fire. She returned alive, and when offered the nation's highest medal, she declined. Some service isn't meant for public applause, she wrote. Protect those still operating. Months later, her father passed peacefully. At Arlington Heights National Cemetery, she accepted the folded flag without tears until she stood alone. General Hawthorne found her there. He was proud of you. I hope so, she whispered. He told everyone you were the best Marine he ever knew. After that, she finally chose peace. She consulted quietly when needed, taught when asked, wrote about resilience and leadership. Refused parades, she never advertised, because real warriors don't. They do the job, they protect the people who need protecting, and when the mission ends, they go home. The lesson spread across Coronado Point long after the incident faded. Never underestimate the quiet one in the corner. Rank is visible. Character is not. And the strongest leaders are often the ones who don't need to prove who they are, because when it matters, their actions speak louder than any call sign ever could.